Hi there, I'm Gabriel Morris. I'm author of a number of books, including Kundalini and the Art of Being, The Mystery of Woman, and Kundalini and the Power of Awakening, among a few others. I will put a link down below this video to my Amazon.com page if you're curious to take a look. In this video, I'm going to talk a little bit about my book, Kundalini and the Power of Awakening. It's a relatively short little read that encapsulates my own experience and understanding of Kundalini energy, Kundalini awakening, and the Kundalini experience in general. When I was 22 years old, and I recount this in detail in my book Kundalini and the Art of Being, then I experienced a very spontaneous and extremely overwhelming Kundalini awakening. I'd been practicing yoga for about a year and a half before this. I've been doing various other spiritual practices. Looking back, I'm not terribly surprised that I tapped into the Kundalini energy. But at the time, it was a complete surprise. I was not prepared for it. I was not familiar with what Kundalini energy is, the process, what it means, where it takes you, where it's going, what the eventual result of it can be. And it was a very, very challenging process, to say the least. This was more than 18 years ago. So it's been a very long and winding road for me. The first 6 months to 2-3 years were really touch and go, really difficult. Fortunately, not everybody has this kind of a extremely overwhelming, traumatic, extremely challenging Kundalini experience. Some people do have very blissful, joyful, enjoyable, creative, just connecting with oneness and bliss and their creative potential, which is the ultimate reality of Kundalini energy, is that it is a love, bliss energy. It is just the energy of the universe, of God, flowing through you. But it also brings up a lot of stuff, and that is part of the process. Oftentimes, is that it brings you face to face with a lot of your most difficult inner experiences, memories, emotions, feelings. Very challenging energies. And so I've been through all this stuff. I've been through the fire. I've been hanging by a thread, clinging to the cliff, barely hanging in there, just totally overwhelmed by dark, powerful forces battling themselves out within me. And I've lived to tell the tale. Life ain't easy. It's not like I experienced Kundalini, went through the hard stuff, and now life is all pure bliss and joy. I have plenty of difficult days, but I've definitely been through the worst of it and come out on the other end more experienced, my mind open, my heart open, and a lot of other things. It's definitely been an amazing journey. So my book, Kundalini and the Power of Awakening, is a encapsulation of describing Kundalini energy in a nutshell, to my understanding. I'm not claiming to be an expert on the subject. I am speaking from my own personal experience, as well as I've done lots of reading on the subject in the course of trying to understand what I was going through. I have practiced yoga and been to various workshops and stayed in ashrams in India, so I have a fairly broad range of experience to draw from. So Kundalini and the Power of Awakening encapsulates my understanding of Kundalini energy, tells a little bit about my own personal experience, and then I try to offer some basic tips and suggestions for people who may be going through the Kundalini awakening experience and experiencing some of these more difficult symptoms. Just to be clear, the book is not a how to awaken your Kundalini book. I don't give you a series of steps or exercises to awaken your Kundalini. Perhaps that's a good way to go. There are certainly other books out there that will cover that. Personally, I think reading a book about how to awaken your Kundalini isn't necessarily the best idea. And I talk about this in the book. focusing on Kundalini awakening and trying to awaken Kundalini energy is more likely to lead you into a situation such as I found myself in which you encounter it when you're not really ready. Maybe I'm wrong on that, I don't know. Personally, I think it's better to practice yoga, meditate, go within, do various spiritual practices, and if Kundalini energy awakens within you, then it awakens, and then you're on that path and you follow that avenue and see where it takes you. Rather than focusing on, okay, I've heard about Kundalini awakening, sounds cool, I'm going to do what I can to make it happen. I don't think that's quite the right approach myself. So the book isn't a how to awaken your Kundalini book. But it does draw on my own personal experience, a variety of different viewpoints and perspectives on the Kundalini path and Kundalini energy, which people may very well find useful and informative. So if you're curious to take a look, check the link down below. You'll see a link to my Amazon.com author page and my other books on there. Check it out, Kundalini and the Power of Awakening. You can go ahead and look inside the book and read a little bit from it and read some of the reviews there. So thanks a lot for watching. Have a great day.